For any of you supporters of the Tennyson podcast, if you want to do some good, you can click the link down in the description to our donation page, which gives you more information about the mental health and breast cancer organizations we are donating to. As always, thank you for your support, and we hope you enjoy the episode.
But yeah, this duo, in 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, it's going to be remembered. It really is. And it's going to be compared to, like, a lot of these all-time duos, in my mind.
Yeah, I would say it's better than Yao and T-Mac, but not as good as Kobe and Shaq.
Yeah, not as good as Kobe and Shaq.
Not close to Smush Parker and Kwame Brown, the greatest duo of all.
Oh, those are the real kings.
The love it, the underdogs on top. And I'm gon' shine, homie, until my heart stop. Go ahead, envy me. I'm Raps MVP, and I ain't going nowhere so you can get to know me.
Welcome to the Tennyson podcast. I'm your host, Sean Kondraki, with my co-host, Connor Andano.
That's me, guys. Well, we got some new trade action. We're going to start this back up weekly, right, Sean?
Yeah, weekly.
Of course.
We're back at it. Sorry for the long hiatus, but...
It's a big word. But yeah, we took a little break, that's all. New year, new us, right?
Exactly. We're going to get some good content for you guys every week now.
Exactly. Just how it used to be back in the days. If you're a devoted follower, then you would know, but...
Yeah, if we have any. The NBA's taken over Super Bowl week. It's had some crazy things happen. We got the Porzingis trade. We're going to break that down. And we're going to talk a little about the Anthony Davis situation, too.
Yeah, a lot of rumors, a lot of conspiracies on both ends, but we'll hear them out, we'll break it down, and we'll talk about it.
The NBA just giving us content to put out.
Yep, and that's our opportunity. We're going to jump on it, and we'll jump right into the Porzingis trade. Let's see, the Mavs got KP, Hardaway, Courtney Lee, and Trey Burke, and then the Knicks got Dennis Smith, DeAndre, Wesley Matthews, and then 2 future first-round picks, which are in the years 2021 and 2023, so...
Most likely.
Yeah, most likely, not confirmed, but... What do you think of that right off the bat? I want to hear your
First reactions?
Yeah.
First reactions. The first knee-jerk reaction, when I first saw it, was definitely classic Knicks move to screw themselves over again.
For giving away our superstar.
Yeah, giving away your cornerstone in less than 2 seconds.
Yeah.
But looking at it now, honestly... the Mavs definitely, the Mavs are definitely loving themselves right now and loving the trade.
But Knicks, I don't think they should be hating themselves.
I don't think it's as bad as people think on the surface. I don't think it's as bad as it looks, so to say.
Yeah, neither do I.
And
as a Knicks fan, I have so many
Knicks homer.
Exactly, it's been rough. But I have mixed emotions about this, Sean. One thing that sticks out to me right away is Tim Hardaway, right? His shooting percentage, just all around, has been under 40% this whole year, and
pretty trash.
Yeah, pretty bad. And then his contract is insane, and we were able to get rid of that. So those are my plus sides right there. And then in return, we get Dennis Smith Jr. And honestly, a lot of this trade and how it works out depends on his performance, to be honest.
Yeah, his development as a whole will make or break the trade.
Yeah, and currently he's in a little sophomore slump. I feel like we've talked about him earlier on this channel.
Well, we love Doncic, and Dennis Smith Jr. is just in the shadow of Doncic. Really.
Yeah, that's also true, and I do think that I've kind of thought about that. And if Dennis Smith goes to New York, I mean, at least for this year, he has time just to do what he does now. Just kind of take the ball, do what he wants with it.
Yeah, they'll have every opportunity. But the Knicks, I think what this says is they're really trying to tank, and it's kind of been, it's been no secret the last month or so that they're trying to get a top 3 pick, because you see, Alonzo Trier, where he's probably their best scorer, and they've only played him 25 minutes a game.
Cantor doesn't even start. Yeah. I love him as a center, but...
Trying to lose games.
Yeah, honestly. And then the 2 future first-round picks. So this just shows me, right now, that, like Sean said, they're tanking this year, and they're going for it. They're really trying to do something big in the offseason. And, yeah, they have enough room for 2 max contracts now. So there's so many players going on the market within the next year or two. And if they could bring someone in on top of having Dennis Smith Jr. and preferably a top 3 pick, preferably Zion Williamson, but we don't know that yet. And that just shows that they're really preparing for the future. And then the future first-round picks in 2021 and 2023, not confirmed yet, but that helps. Those are first-round picks. That's a lot of value on top of dumping off a lot of money.
It's funny because they could... Imagine if they signed, like, Kyrie, then everyone will be saying how smart they are. But then if they get no one, or if they might get no one. If they don't get a superstar, they definitely should not waste that cap space. If they spend a big deal on some, like, another Joakim Noah type contract, then it is the classic Knicks, because
it is the classic.
You're
Knicks.
trading your cornerstone for someone who you passed on in the draft.
Yeah.
Over at Ntilikina.
Exactly. How ironic is that? They literally passed on Dennis Smith, and now they're trading for him on top of first-round picks and clearing cap space. But still, like, they had that opportunity just to draft him, but now classic Knicks, right?
Right. So if you're the Knicks, you're probably... Well, the plan of action that I would take is just keep tanking, try to get your Zion Williamson. Once you do, even if you don't sign anyone in the offseason, because I doubt they will. I actually really doubt it. Pretty much everyone is doubting it.
Yeah, honestly, you need something to draw people
just
in.
Just have Zion and then trade for a superstar and sign him to a max contract to pair him with Zion.
Exactly.
What do you think their next move is if they strike out in the offseason?
They strike just exactly what you said. But I'm really hoping they don't strike out in the offseason because.
But there's also this conspiracy going around that because the trade was so soon after. Like, it got leaked that KP didn't like what management was doing. There's this rumor that the Knicks leaked that, and that
it was kind of made up.
Yeah, it was kind of like made up, and they've been trying to trade him for a long time, either because possibly he might not come back the same, or just because they're speds and want to go all in for the offseason.
They definitely want to go all in the offseason, but they might not be able to do that. But honestly, that's the first thing I noticed. I did not even hear that KP wanted out, and then all of a sudden I hear this trade, and they really jumped on that opportunity.
He posted on social media for like a couple hours. He's like, the truth will come out. So I don't even know what that means. Conspiracy. I think it might be
theories.
true.
I think it might be as well. It's just too weird and coincidental.
But if the Knicks did move him just because he wanted out, I don't hate the trade then. If they did it, if they were the ones that leaked it and the conspiracy is true, then they're actually dumb.
Yeah, that might have been kind of dumb then.
That would have been really dumb.
Yeah.
But this trade, I mean, if you have a cornerstone that doesn't want to be with your franchise, the return that you got, because you traded him so quick, you would think that they could have gotten a better offer, but honestly, if they waited, I don't think they would have gotten anything better than this. Like, you get Dennis Smith Jr., who's, you're banking on his potential and his development.
And I really think it will come along too. Like, I have confidence in Dennis Smith Jr. I'm excited to see him play in the guard.
Yeah, because if they wait any longer, like, let's just look at some previous trades. It's been crazy because, like, everyone's asking out as a superstar these days.
Yeah, we'll get into that in a sec, but that's very interesting.
But looking back at the previous ones, like the Butler trade, the Boogie trade, the Kawhi trade, and like the
Kyrie
Paul George
trade.
and the Kyrie, like the best deals for those like teams that had to trade away their superstar was getting
a low-key, rising player.
A young player. Oladipo and Buddy Hield were easily the best returns for
exactly, Paul.
Your best chance for winning the trade. Like,
and honestly, that's what Dennis Smith Jr. is, and that's his potential. So
yeah, the thing is, will Dennis Smith be the next Buddy Hield?
Will he? And another question is what type of team will the Knicks have in 2 or 3 years? That really depends.
Probably another trashy one.
Hopefully not, Sean. Fuck you. Honestly. But yeah,
I thought Dennis Smith Jr. was good though. It just out of the draft, I really liked him.
Oh yeah, but his stats are all lower.
Yeah,
from
it could take him a while to figure it out.
Yeah. But on the Mavs side, do you think the Mavs, they're arguably they can make the playoffs even though they just kind of traded away their team? Do you think they want to play Porzingis? Because I know the Knicks have been holding him back, and Porzingis has said he wanted to play. Do you think the Mavs come out and play Porzingis?
I think there was a report.
Do you think Porzingis at least plays in the playoffs?
No, there was a report that saying that they were shutting him down for the season.
But why?
I don't know. I mean, I guess if you're just confident about him signing for the future, you could just sit him out. And since they trade away DeAndre and Wes Matthews, they got back some good role players, but they trade away a top 15, top 10 starting center. They're probably going to fall a little bit in the standings, just a little bit.
Yeah, for sure. They already lost their game right after the trade.
So I think they're just going to play the long game. I mean, there's no point in really trying to make the playoffs this year, because
you're not going to go far.
Yeah, if you get the 8th or 7th seed, you're going to play the Warriors.
Yeah, you're fucked.
Yeah, so even with KP, just play the long game with Doncic and Porzingis. That's your duo for the next 10 years.
Yeah, it's just personally for me as a Knicks fan, it's just annoying. Let's play the long game next year, blah blah blah. It's just annoying as a fan, but it pays off a lot of the time. It really does. Yeah. But not as a Knicks fan. It fucking sucks.
But the Mavs, I mean,
but it sucks. They've actually they have a good record. They built a decent.
Yeah,
they built a solid
they
place.
Had a top 8 team, definitely.
Exactly, but it sucked to kind of throw that away, trading two good role players in your lineup and then not playing KP. But at the same time, it's the long run.
Yeah, well, for Porzingis and Doncic, what do you think about that duo?
Dude,
there's been some all-time great duos. I mean, we got
I think it's up there. I really do.
In the next 5 years, you think it's going to be better than Dirk and Nash?
Yes, I really do.
No, Dirk and Nash kind of underperformed, to be honest. Nash got better after he left. And then what about
that's facts.
What about Kobe and Shaq?
Kobe and Shaq? I don't think they'll match Kobe and Shaq.
Are they going to win 3 titles?
Probably not.
Are they going to win 1?
Especially, I think they could win. I think they could pull a title, but it's so hard in the NBA where even the Lakers now might freaking get stacked with Anthony Davis and all these rumors and whatnot. We're gonna jump into that in a sec, actually, but
it's hard.
It's just so hard, and then you got the Warriors and whatnot. Yeah, it's hard. It's so hard. But yeah, this duo in 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, it's gonna be remembered. It really is, and it's gonna be compared to a lot of these all-time duos in my mind.
Yeah, I would say it's better than Yao and T-Mac, but not as good as Kobe and Shaq.
Yeah, not as good as Kobe and Shaq.
Not close to Smush Parker and Kwame Brown, the greatest duo of all.
Oh, those are the real kings.
Yeah.
But yeah, you got 2 players. We're going to score you 20 or more points per game. And then you got Luka Doncic, who could give you anything. He'll give you boards. He'll give you assists. He could run point, low-key.
Plus, it's cool because now they have the 2 best European players, except for Jokic.
Yeah, no, they do.
2 best white guys.
Yeah, they do have the 2 best white guys, and
except for Jokic.
That'd be pretty cool to see him win a title.
Yeah, we gotta. So it really is Dirk and Nash.
Yeah, it really is. That's why I compared them. But yeah, I think they'll be I think they'll be the best white duo.
The best white duo. Oh man. Yeah, it's crazy because their game fits perfectly with each other. It's just.
Does
a bunch of threes and slow but somehow efficient drives to the rim.
Yeah, they are. KP will make his shot, so will Luka. It's insane.
Do you think Porzingis is going to be as good when he comes back?
Maybe not right off the bat. Cause at one point you could not guard the man. You really couldn't. You could not do anything. If he had the ball within the 3-point line and you're guarding him tight, you could not guard him. He could pull up, fade away, drive. He could do anything. I think off the rip. Year 1, his stats are going to be a little lower. I still think he'll be getting solid 15 to 20 points per game, but I think year 2 is when he'll really be there. Yeah.
If he's not as good when he comes back, there's a lot of variables that could make the Knicks win the trade. It
honestly
just doesn't look good for them, but it could.
Don't
sleep on Dennis Smith Jr. because if there's anything I've seen with some of these rookies that come in
and these
young guards, they don't, except for Doncic, there's no one that comes in and just dominates. And Doncic played overseas, so he was basically playing in a professional league. He was playing at a higher level than college basketball.
Yeah, than all these kids. Yeah.
Buddy Hield took him 4 years to finally figure it out and start dropping 20 a game.
Yeah, for real.
Oladipo took him like 5 years to figure it out.
Exactly. I really don't like if you look at the Knicks 3 or 4 years from now. If you look at the Knicks lineup, I think you got to look back on this trade, and then I think the Knicks will win it.
But it'll be funnier if they lose it.
Yeah, fuck you. But yeah, back to what I was saying before. It's so hard to win the championship with all these teams, and one player that sticks out to us is Anthony Davis.
Yeah, so the Knicks are literally the opposite of the Pelicans, and it's what makes it so compelling is that the Knicks literally took the best offer they could get at the moment and just said, okay, we're just going to take it. We're not going to have any distractions. But the Anthony Davis, it's the opposite for the Pelicans general manager. He's just kind of sitting like on his hands a little bit. He's like, oh, I have time.
He does. He has time. He has a whole nother year with AD.
And do you think that's the right call to just wait on it? Because the Lakers reported first offer wasn't really anything that special. It's just Alonzo and Kuzma in a first and Rondo and Beasley. Like that's not.
No, it's basically
definitely want Ingram in there.
Yeah, the Pelicans would be trading quality for quantity. Like, why do you want that? Why do you want more players when you have one great player?
Yeah, plus not even including Brandon Ingram or Josh Hart.
Yeah, they're not even.
You want all the
They're
Lakers
not giving up.
players.
Yeah, they're not giving up anything, and then you just make the Western Conference more competitive.
Moving back to Porzingis, I kind of like jumped the gun a little bit with the Anthony Davis. The thing about him is it's been reported that his agent wants him to take the qualifying offer next year, which is actually really interesting because if he takes the qualifying offer, he won't be a restricted free agent. Like, he's not going to take a max deal with the Mavs right away. He'll just be playing on a 1-year contract and be a free agent the year after. What do you think about that? Is he going to re-sign with the Mavs? I mean, he looks happy that he'll end up with the Mavs.
Yeah,
I don't know why he's taking the qualifying offer.
I think he'll stay with the Mavs. I don't know if he'd take the qualifying offer.
I guess it's just
that's a lot, especially coming off an injury because you're not going to play.
But his agent wants him to take the qualifying offer.
Yeah, but he's not going to necessarily like excel right off
Honestly,
the bat.
I don't know. Like, yeah, exactly, because ACL. It's so like.
So if he
even
does
with
bad,
people coming back now, it's still so risky.
Yeah. So if he does bad, then it just puts him in a worse position there.
Yeah, that would be really sad if Porzingis is the next Isaiah Thomas.
Yeah, it could honestly ruin his career.
Yeah, and it sucks, but then doesn't take any money.
Yeah, that would not be the wave. In my mind, at least. For KP, I would not do that.
I guess it could save cap space for Dallas though to really surround their team next year.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But that was the last thing I want to say about the Porzingis. Just keeping an eye on that qualifying offer because I honestly don't know if he takes that one. He shouldn't, but his agent might screw him over.
Exactly. So going back to that, so do you think AD gets traded before his contract is up?
Yes, but is it going to be before this deadline? That's the real question. I don't think so.
You don't?
Mm-mm.
I don't know, but the Lakers don't really have too much to offer. I mean, unless they throw in, like you said, Ingram.
They throw in everything.
Yeah.
I think if you're the Lakers, though, you have to be doing everything to get him now.
Yeah, because you got LeBron and AD. That's all you freaking need.
Yeah. Also, in the summer, then Boston can trade for him.
Mm-hmm.
And all those other teams would be like jumping in and trying to clear cap to trade for him and try to like acquire assets. If the Lakers, their best bet for them is to try to like give him the best offer right now. I don't know why they're trying to like play games and throw in only put in Kuzma and Lonzo. Like, what is that?
Yeah.
Like, you gotta throw in like even if you throw in all your young players, it's worth it. Your young players honestly aren't even that good. Like I don't like
they're not, and it's not like AD is old.
Exactly. Like if I was the Pelicans, first of all, like why would you want the Lakers to have the best team, like AD and LeBron? That'd be chaos.
That would be.
Also, their offer isn't even anything that good, and the way the Pelicans GM has been treating it, it seems like he really wants to get the best offer, and I don't think the best offer is from the Lakers.
No, not at all. And then
it's from the Celtics.
Yeah, it would be from the Celtics, but then AD's dad said it wouldn't be a good fit, which makes me happy as a Knicks fan. But then again,
it makes no sense though.
Yeah, but as a Knicks fan, quickly, we don't have much to offer, so we'd have to wait till his contract is up to pay him.
Oh my gosh.
So
Plot twist: the Knicks trade for Anthony Davis.
Yeah, with fucking no one.
With Zion for AD, straight up.
Interesting.
It's like 2K. The Knicks are playing it like 2K.
They really
and the
are.
Pelicans
They got
are playing it like real life.
They're smart.
But I mean, it's so funny what his dad said, because that just points to all signs of AD wanting to go to the Lakers. Like, we've been hearing it over and over again that he wants to go to the Lakers. He wants to play with LeBron. LeBron wants to play with him. Even the report with Kyrie that Kyrie's going to join LA next year.
Yeah, like all these rumors and whatnot. Like, and here the Lakers are bullshitting the Pelicans. Like,
yeah,
they should just give him a straight up fair trade.
Yeah, they should just give him whatever they want.
Yeah,
honestly.
but LeBron, anything but LeBron, you could have.
Exactly.
Like, honestly,
4 firsts doesn't matter. Like, their window is short. Their window is the next 3 years. Bro.
Exactly. You could throw in 3 scrubs with LeBron and AD and then build off that.
Literally. It's so complicated because AD wants to be on the Lakers for sure. Like, he definitely wants to be. Like, all these reports. Like, that's the team that he wants to go to. That's the team that he wants to sign with. But they just... what they're offering. Like, with Dennis Smith Jr. pickup for the Knicks. Like, I could see Dennis Smith Jr. like picking it up and becoming an all-star level player.
Yeah, I could see him turning into like a Kemba.
Yeah, but a Brandon Ingram or like a Kyle Kuzma or Alonzo Ball,
especially Lonzo.
Yeah, those players don't look like they'd be anything that special. I mean, it'd be cool because the Pelicans could just say, "Oh, we have all this young talent. Like, we could still attract fans and stuff." But at the end of the day,
they're not winning shit.
Yeah, pretty much. I don't think those players are really that great. I mean, people have been loving Kuzma for his scoring, but it doesn't equate to wins. And Ingram looks lost.
And then Lonzo's just been overrated his whole life.
He's just Lonzo. He's
really
like the Draymond Green of point guards.
Yeah.
But worse.
Yeah, pretty much. But yeah, AD did say something about he doesn't care. He just wants to like build his legacy or whatever. Like, what do you think that means?
That just sounds like he wants rings.
Yeah,
and that sounds like he wants to play with LeBron.
Exactly. So,
which I don't think that's good for him. I think if he wants to prove his legacy,
go to New York.
No, because he won't win. I don't think he's good enough to carry them.
You don't think so?
No.
Him, Dennis Smith, and like a first rounder.
If he really wants to prove his legacy, like just being LeBron's sidekick isn't gonna look.
Yeah, look at Kyrie.
It's not gonna look like exactly. Kyrie he didn't want to be a sidekick. He's like, I need to make my own legacy. I need to make my own championships and be the best player on a championship team. Like, that's what Anthony Davis should be caring about with his legacy. He should be trying to be the best player on a championship team, not second fiddle to LeBron.
Yeah, honestly, that's what he should be going for.
Second fiddle players, their legacy isn't even that great. No matter how many rings they get, they're just kind of overlooked in the end because they weren't the ones taking the last shot and all that.
Yeah, exactly. Even KD, like, I don't know. I feel like how I look at him has kind of gone down. At one point, he was like this insane, like, dude, like he's still one of the top players in the league.
Yeah,
but
second
now,
best.
When I think of like good players, I think of like James Harden.
Yeah,
Giannis,
because you like to see
LeBron,
someone carrying.
Yeah, exactly. I see these top players carrying for their team.
Also, the recent trend is that a team is better actually when they put just one kind of superstar and a bunch of great role players. Like, look at the Bucks, look at the Rockets. They're just kind of...
Those are the players I just named, and like...
Exactly. It's not about really having a big three anymore, you know? Even though the Warriors kind of trump all that because they have the two of the top, like, 5 players in the league. But if you look at their model, it's really about, like, having 5 players that could all move the ball and all kind of shoot a little bit and all play defense. Like, it's 5 balanced, like, it's a balanced lineup. It's not really just Curry and KD carrying them, even with all their talent. Like, they play as a team. Yeah. So honestly, just joining up and trying to make like a big 3 with a bunch of scrubs as role players, I don't even know if I don't think that should be the trend of teams in the future anyway. It's kind of gone away from that. Like, AD should not join the Lakers.
What team should he join then?
He should join the Rockets, obviously.
No,
and just disregard everything I just said.
Yeah, honestly, like what?
But 4 first round picks and whatever else you want to give him, Eric Gordon, we could trade him back to New Orleans. 4 first-round picks. Would you like that over Alonzo, Ingram, and Kuzma?
Probably.
Maybe. But if you were the Pelicans general manager, would you trade? You couldn't trade. If you had to, would you take a worser deal to trade Anthony Davis to another team but the Lakers, or would you take a better Lakers offer? Because I think the best case scenario is they get Tatum, but I don't think it's gonna happen. Like I think the trade with the Celtics, like with what his dad just said, it's gonna be tough. And I don't like Tatum at this point. Kind of looks like a pipe dream a little bit.
Yeah.
So would you take a worser offer to trade him to not as good of a team?
I don't know. It's hard because you
gotta do what's best for you. You know?
You got to do what's best for you. But is it best for you if you're putting a fellow Western Conference team,
making another Warriors?
Yeah, creating another superpower like in your division? Like, do you want that?
No. Oh man, it's tough.
But I do think they got to get something in return for AD before his contract's up.
It's all about the Pelicans' plan, if you think about it. Like, if they want to be great in 5 years,
then you could trade him to the Lakers.
Yeah, trade him to the Lakers.
Yeah.
But, because actually, yeah, I would trade him to the Lakers. If I would take the better Lakers offer if there wasn't a better offer from another team. Because, you're not trying to win now.
Yeah.
And LeBron's window, it's like 3 years.
Yeah.
That's why they're trying to get AD right now, because if he signs them at the end of his contract, LeBron's gonna be old.
He's
gonna be tired, man.
Yeah, that's true. So yeah, how do you feel about all these top superstar players always requesting things and always moving around? Like, how do you feel about that? Do you like that, or is it is it too much for you? Like, is it too much? Like these players just jump in teams and whatnot and kind of playing like a bigger role than what they are in a way.
Yeah, just basically shaping the league by themselves.
Yeah,
it's like the coaches, the front office, the ownership, and even Adam Silver doesn't even have much power if you think about it.
Yeah, no, these
it's just all the players. Yeah. It's a players' league. But I think that's entertaining. Like, I think a lot of people would say that it's bad because you can form all these super teams. But at the same time, if every superstar is trying to form a different super team,
it's competitive.
That's fun. And it's the Warriors who started it. Like LeBron technically started it, but then after KD, it was like really
it's wraps. It's over.
Yeah, it's everyone's trying to find, superstars to play with.
Yeah, no, I kind of agree with you. It is entertaining. It's fun to watch.
Yeah,
and especially for a team like mine, the Knicks. Like, you're just hoping and praying they come to us. You don't want to be stuck in this slump forever.
It gives more, even though you don't think so. It gives more teams a chance. Even though it's like, big market teams like Los Angeles and New York have more of a chance because people want to play there if they want, like if they can choose anywhere. But, I mean,
like you just said, big market teams, all the Knicks need to do, I feel like they just need to pull in one good player.
Yeah, exactly.
One good player, and then it'll start forming because they have everything else in line.
So, yeah, I mean, that's the only problem with it is that the big market teams kind of have an advantage. But if you can acquire a superstar in any way as a small market team, you're fine because you just need to get another superstar to play with them.
And all of a sudden you turn into a big market team.
Exactly. Just look at the Bucks. Like, no one would be talking about them without Giannis.
Yeah.
And Giannis loves that franchise because they're smart. Even though they didn't surround him with another superstar, so to speak, they surrounded him with just solid players that.
Yeah, and look at them; they're a top team.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's how the NBA should be played, like, and that's what it's going to be turning into, and like that's actually a perfect example of like just like a smart decision and like a good organization.
Plus, we've already seen the one player carry an entire team like so many times. We've seen Charles Barkley try to do it. We've seen like Kobe try to do it. Like, those guys never win unless they're teamed up with someone. Like, we've seen that, like we've seen that story play out before. Like, they carry their team to like a 6 seed and they just end up losing. Yeah, exactly. But then he gets Paul George, and now all of a sudden they're like a competitive, maybe have a chance of a championship kind of team. Yeah, I think that's fun. If you get like 8, 9, 10 of those teams that all have at least 2 all-stars, all of a sudden that league looks pretty fun.
Yeah, it's really fun.
Plus, I mean, like, if you get bored of just watching the same thing, like, all these superstars requesting trades, like, AD, he gave the Pelicans some time. He gave him, like, 4 or 5 years, and he sees no results. He's like, hey, I want to leave. Like, I don't want to see AD waste his career on some bummy team.
That's actually very fair. Like, like, why waste his career? Like, we were talking about Devin Booker down in Phoenix, right?
Yeah.
Like in an earlier podcast, like, why should he waste his career? He's a good player. Have you heard his name recently? No.
Exactly. The Suns are terrible.
Yeah.
And now he's starting to get blamed a little bit because they're saying, oh, well, I don't see any results in Phoenix. Maybe it's Devin Booker's fault, you know?
No, it's not his fault. He's a great player. He's dropped 70 points in a game.
Exactly. They're looking at his stats and saying, oh, they might be empty when the rest of his team is just letting him down consistently. I think it's interesting. It's interesting to see teams like switch up a lot and players move around.
Yeah, for real.
Plus, it gives us something to talk about in the podcast. Like, it's cool. Makes life easier for us, you know?
Exactly. It really does.
I think we're just gonna leave the episode here and start wrapping it up.
Yeah, wrap it up.
We're gonna do something completely different before this last 1.5 weeks just happened. It's been pretty crazy. But we're going to get some new content out for you guys every week now. We're going to be the best podcast we can be.
Tin is in.
Tin is in, man.
Yeah, that's it. Hit him with the plugs.
The plugs? Oh, yeah. Follow us on Instagram at Tin is in Podcast. And you can listen to our podcast on SoundCloud, Spotify, iTunes, YouTube, whatever you want. Basically,
we do it all, baby.
We do it all. Oh, and if you want to maybe take a look at the link below for the donation box to donate
wonderful.
to charity,
Please do.
That'd be nice too.
Exactly. All right, well, that wraps it up. Peace out.
See ya.